Mr. Kennedy, and he has a lot to say to everyone out there watching. He's gonna be on Wrestling with Savage. Stop yelling so much. Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? I'm excited. You watching this? This is Mr. Kennedy taking a chop from Savage. He just gave me a nice stiff one. Nice stiff one. Solid. Appreciate you, bro.
You're watching Wrestling with Savage, the best late night wrestling show in the world.
I say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you like the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. Raw.
Because they are the best tag team in the world. Tag team.
Be my honor to be a guest on your show.
Christmas Bully Ray, good job, Savage. It's the best town in pro wrestling. Get that fucking Raw man, yeah. Raw fuck.
It's MDK and Wrestle with Savage all fucking day.
Okay, what we got over here?
Well, what do we got over here? Have your cake and eat it too.
Look at any.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you like the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage.
Before I make you see this man.
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling with Savage. We're back to bring you AEW Dynamite, and tonight we're just going to get right into it because there's a lot to talk about. This was your lineup for tonight. We knew we were going to see the Acclaimed in action, but we didn't know who we were going to see them against. We knew we were going to have another match with Darby Allin and Samoa Joe. And you know what? I was actually excited about this if it went a certain way. And guess what? It did. And you're going to find out more about that at the end of the show because, of course, that was the main event. But with no further ado, let's bring everybody in to the Savage Kingdom. We start off with the Hand of the King. Gilch, how you doing? Rocking the Acclaimed.
I'm good. How are you?
You looking good over there. I'm doing good, man. You know, big shout out to everybody in the chat. Jakey Bakey, Lorraine, Mick Thomason, Johannes, and of course, Tantalizing Tony out there. We appreciate you. Gilch will be handling all the chat comments tonight, so I'm going to not even look at him anymore except what he brings up on the screen. So if I miss one, it's because Gilch fucked up. Now, here we go. Anthony's in the house. What's going on? I don't know where Jay is. I guess Jay didn't watch Dynamite tonight. How about you, man? Did you watch Dynamite?
Yeah.
Did you like Dynamite?
Yeah.
Is anybody getting fired tonight from you in Dynamite?
Yeah, one person. That's really
Oh, Jesus. It's always got to be someone. All right, let's get right into it. AEW Dynamite, and what was our first match of the night? Actually, let's not even talk about the first match of the night. Let's talk about AEW Revolution coming up Sunday, March 5th. It will be live on Fight TV. If you notice, they have a little dragon in the back over there trying to kill MJF, and that's Bryan Danielson over there. You see him over there? And the fire just bouncing off the fire-eating devil dragon killer that MJF is. MJF is a walking god right now, and Bryan Danielson's a little fruit fly. Happy birthday to Action Andretti, who, by the way, has been signed to do 2 matches coming up at Battlefield Pro Wrestling. So I'm hyped to announce that. We're going to see him there. But this is how we start off the night, gentlemen. We see Moxley coming down to the ring with Wheeler Yuta and his father. And I don't think I've even seen this before. Gilch, you've been watching AEW a long time. Have you ever seen Moxley come out with his dad before?
I have not.
Never, huh? Okay.
Unless I missed it. I
How
don't
about
think
you,
so.
Anthony? Anthony, you are the Moxley expert here. I don't think anyone has looked at Moxley more than you. So, what do you think? Have you seen him come out with his father before?
No, this was a first for me.
Yeah, this is an absolute first. I had never seen this before. I was kind of shocked, but this is how AEW Dynamite opened up. And then, of course, this goes right into the match with Hangman Adam Page. Yeah, I don't know where Jay is, Mick. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Jay's too busy right now. Obviously. Either that or he was very upset with you, Mick. And, you know, you devastated his life, and now he's never coming back. Maybe that's it. All right, let's get into this match, all right? let's get into this match. Mox, and there's a lot to talk about because this match was absolutely incredible. Mox goes after Page before he could even get in the ring. Mox sending Page into the barricade, choking him with his t-shirt, sending him over the barricade, and we have a fight, not a match, breaking out here, folks. We got a double axe handle smash, both men trading shots. Hangman with a big boot to Moxley. Mox wraps a chair around Hangman's leg, and then the referee. And Gilch, can you change the pictures too? I'm just wondering over there. Go look above right now at the bottom of the big picture. Salute to Lauren. Appreciate you. There you go. Okay, so while I'm doing this, you're going to be doing that on AEW Wednesday night. So this way I can focus on this play-by-play and make it as good as possible. All right, so where were we here? Let's see. Mox, of course, on cue. On cue is already busted open. He catches a leg drop to the knees of Hangman Adam Page, wraps him up into a vertical figure four where he can add more leverage by pressing down on that knee with the foot. Hangman makes it to the ropes for the break. Hangman with a German suplex, huge chops. Hangman now beating on the head of Mox, making the blood pour out all over the place while both men were beginning to chop the hell out of each other until Moxley ends up in the arms of the Hangman, who connects with the fall away slam. Page goes for an attack off the top rope. And Jay is here now, so we'll bring Jay in. And Jay, why don't you explain to everybody in the Savage Nation where you were, what you were doing, and why you are late to the show.
Oh, I have an injury, yo.
He's injured. That's fair.
So
Nick is pretty upset with you, Jay.
really hard for me to sit tonight. So
everybody left. They came for you, Jay, and we had like 8 people in here. And then when they found out Jay wasn't here, they just bounced. I have a feeling they're going to come back now that you're here. So we were talking about Hangman, Adam Page, and just show you all the slides to get you up to date.
I had to bring some truth to the show before you guys give thumbs up on everything.
Yeah, that's great. Did you watch AEW Dynamite tonight? Of course you did. And this was the match
I
that you got to see.
eyes wide open.
Don't forget, AEW Revolution's coming up Sunday, March 5th. It's only pretty much like a month away. So that's going to be nice. And, of course, again, happy birthday to Action Andrade. Now, Gilch, you can resume with your slideshow shenanigans over there. Hangman with, let's see, where were we? Page goes for an attack off the top rope, is caught with a vicious right hand. Mox with a neck breaker. Nope, into a sleeper hold onto the apron. Mox goes for a pile driver. Hangman with a fireman's carry. Launches Mox into the ring post to take us to break. Back from, we see Hangman with a death volley driver off the top rope to Moxley. Moxley now on his knees. Page keeps staying down as he boots him to the face. Mox just gets like enraged. Absolutely goes nuts. Gives Hangman the middle fingers. Knocks the hell out of him as both men are now down for the double count. Both men trading fierce shots. And it just seems like they're trying to knock each other out right now. Mox ends up getting the best of the exchange, starts to kick him with evil intent, puts him into a sleeper. Hangman with backdrop suplex. Moxley just comes right back with his own, like a god, just pops right out, gets his own suplex. Fans were chanting, "This is awesome" at that point. Mox with a suplex almost looked like a DDT off the top rope, goes for the Death Rider. Hangman blocking, now Mox with a Juju Katami locked in tight. Hangman gets on the top rope, forces the break. Hangman with the moonsault off the top rope to the outside. Mox then dodges a huge shot. Gets the huge lariat, clears the table, goes for a powerbomb. Hangman counters with a pop-up powerbomb of his own. Mox with the King Kong lariat, devastating to Hangman. Somehow now both men trading forearms. Hangman comes out of nowhere with the super kick, which isn't even in his like move list. We get a fisherman suplex into the cover, combination kicked out. Buckshot lariat misses. Paradigm shift misses. Hangman then hits the tombstone pile driver and goes for the buckshot lariat, connects, and holy shit, Moxley actually kicked out. Hangman then with a rear naked choke sleeper, and Mox was able to steal one from Hangman, rolling him up tight, the 1, 2, 3, and the win. Now, Anthony's the big Mox guy here, so I'm going to you. Does this match get a thumbs up? Were you happy with it? Your boy won tonight.
Yeah. It seems like when you make a match personal, like when you make it like a personal feud, these guys know how to go.
That's a good.
That's what they know how to obviously, like you said, on cue, Moxley bleeds, but Hangman was bleeding himself because I love hard hitting matches. That's what I love that type of stuff. Like Mox with my even with the Samoa Joe match. Like, love it.
Okay, I agree with you. They definitely can work well together. Shout out to Jennifer Lauren, and we have, who else is there? Mick Thomas is in here. He's analyzing Tony in here. He's probably not even here to say what's up, Lauren. What's going on, guys? Anthony, I agree with you. They can work together. Gilch, what did you think tonight? I'm going to go right to you first because Jay was late, so I'm sure he's got a lot to say. We're going to let Jay, after this.
Seconds.
You want to go second?
Go second. It'll be fast.
Go ahead.
This is the problem, guys. Very big problem. Creatively, they don't know what to do with these guys. This should have been the end. I think you could all agree on this. I think everybody in the chat could agree on this. It should have been the last match, and it turns out it's not going to be. And now we're adding just little, I guess, ingredients to the party, if you want to call the Blackpool Combat Club now in the mix. Come on, guys, let's face it. This is a parody of their own match. Moxley always bleeding in the first 2 minutes of the match. Moxley jump starting the match. Moxley using a chair, always sitting down no matter what match he has for a spot. I mean, it's ridiculous. A figure four on the outside. Let's get real. It didn't do nothing for me, guys. But creatively, this is really bad. And I wish they had something more for these guys. I mean, for God's sakes, Moxley's a 3-time former champion.
I agree with that, but I don't agree that it wasn't a good match. It was a good match. I thought it was a very good match. Gilch, did you think it was a good match?
So it was more the same that we always see and we're complaining about, but I don't know. I enjoyed this from start to finish. Yeah, it was hard. Yeah, I did, Jay. It was hard hitting. No, what do you mean? Of course, this is not my typical match. I'm a flippy floppy guy.
Hey.
I see you. I can read your lips there. Yeah, the one thing I didn't like. Now listen, we've spoken about this at nauseum. Most of us here aren't Hangman guys. But if you're gonna portray him like a main event guy, I don't like the kick out on the buckshot lariat. I don't remember the last person to kick out of it. That kind of bothered me a little bit, but overall, I gotta say I was surprisingly entertained by this match.
I was more than entertained. I thought they put on a banger, and I was happy that it was the first match of the night, set off a good pace. We got a pay-per-view quality match to start off the night, because at the end of the day, Jay, Hangman Adam Page is an AEW former world champion. He is a stud, and he is a great professional wrestler. And he put on a good match.
Stud in New Japan. He is a stud.
Here too. And Moxley, the bleeding, whatever. It made sense at least because we haven't seen it in a little bit. He took a little bit of a break. I don't think we've seen him bleed in at least 3 weeks, right? That might be a record. So
I think you guys are missing the big point. Your two favorite wrestlers, guys, are creatively stuck in a limbo. This should have been the last match, and I think you can all say that.
They're gonna have one more. You know they're gonna have one more match. They're not. This isn't.
Oh my God! How many more do you need to have? How many more?
As many as we need to get through this whole MJF Bryan Danielson shenanigans, and then we can move on to MJF.
Guys, I feel bad for these guys. I feel bad for these guys. They creatively got nothing for them. It's sad. It's very.
What do you mean? They're working a program together right now, and they got 26 minutes.
It should have ended already.
You know how Moxley should be booked right now, creatively? To go on fucking vacation. This guy needs a break. He needs a break. I'm not even saying it from. I'm not even saying like I don't want to see you go on vacation. I'm like, dude, you just carried this shit on your back for what? A year and a half, 2 years between injuries, right? It's like, go take a break. Take a break.
I can agree with that, man. I can. Just so you guys know, live on February 2nd. Tomorrow, Philip Cardigan will be here live. I believe it's going to be at 10 p.m. I'll be doing an interview. If anybody wants to join in on that, please feel free with as many questions as you can possibly think of. I have more than a few for this guy, but this one's going to be more of an open interview since we're not going to have 5 other wrestlers on the show. And if we end up having 5 other wrestlers on the show, and if MJF ends up coming up on the show tomorrow because the bounty's still out there, there's a PS5 sitting in my living room not being used, and I'd be more than happy to give it to anybody in Creative Pro if they could get MJF to come on this show for at least 2 minutes. He can't come on here for 1. He's got to come on here for 2 minutes. That means he has to like you enough to waste 2 minutes of his life to come listen to my bullshit.
Laura made a good point. He's on the cruise, I think.
Who's on the cruise?
MJF.
What, he's gonna have a phone from the cruise?
Fair.
He got Wi-Fi on that fucking. There we go. They got one. They got a Wi-Fi. They'll be all right.
Listen, I'm laying it down right now. I'm going next year. So whoever wants to come. But I'm going. I'm not going another year without missing.
Well, at least you're giving us a 1 year heads up. So
that's it. I give it a 12 months. What's set?
It's the beginning of February. Damn it, man. You put me in a tough spot because I really need to meet Jericho.
It's my birthday month too, so I get to use that as an excuse. Like, I'm buying.
Oh, it's your birthday this month?
Yeah, so I'm using myself a birthday.
Happy early birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
Happy early birthday. Now you got to get yourself the AEW tag team titles. It would go nice for your shirt. I mean, you're matching. You got one shirt, you got one hat. It's 2 items. 2 belts. Makes sense. It's like buy one, get one half off kind of.
Pretty much. Not exactly, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a fiesta. All right, we're not going to say what kind of fiesta. You know what kind of fiesta it is, but it's a fiesta. And they're making a lot of money off of it right now. I liked the match. I thought it was good. At the end of the match, we had Claudio, Wheeler Yuta. They come out. Apparently now, the BCCC, whatever the hell they're standing for, is a unit again, guys. We're strong. We're united. We got your back, Moxley. We're here. Hangman basically gave Claudio the finger. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah.
Scared? What am I scared of, Mick? I'd love to know what I'm scared of. We get a Darby Allin promo. Says no tonight. There's no holds barred. And, he granted him his rematch. Joe comes out, says the king will not be upset by you tonight. I will be the new TNT champion. Am I scared of calling out MJF? What are you saying, Nick? No, I'm not scared of MJF. Okay? I'll call out MJF any day of the year. But what am I calling him out for? I'm not having an Iron Man match with him. That's for sure.
Just give him a low blow and run.
For 60 minutes?
A really hard low blow?
I'd have to just put him in a weird rear naked choke for 60 minutes. That would be it. I'm not going anywhere, either are you, MJF. It's over for your ass. If I grab him, we're both going down. Darby Allin had his little promo. Then we get an interview. And obviously tonight the main event is Darby Allin versus Samoa Joe. We'll get into that later tonight. But we had an interview, I believe, with the Butcher, the Blade, the Bunny, and the world champion, Jamie Hayter. Bunny says, great win, Jamie. I know you're not the type of champ to back down from a challenge. Hayter says, right. So Bunny says, next week, me and you, Eliminator challenge. And then Renee says, something's happening. And then, of course, we cut to Saraya and Storm, and they're attacking none other than your pillar, Britt Baker. What do you think about that, Jay?
Confusing. The whole thing confusing.
Anybody else have any thoughts on this situation?
I agree with Jay.
Confusing.
It's confusing.
What's you love, Britt?
I mean, they're gonna push Britt like hardcore babyface. She's always a babyface to me because the crowd fucking loves her anyway. So I guess that's the way we're going, right? I guess.
Paige is not getting over no matter what they try or do. So they're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna go the other way then. You're gonna be the super babyface. You're gonna be the super heel.
Doesn't matter. Nobody was popping for them. I wasn't.
I heard crickets.
Listen, AEW has.
That's the whole entire women's division.
Yeah.
And what's the point of the Butcher and Blade being in there? I mean, these are two guys that are probably a better tag team. And I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for this right now, but I don't care. They're a better tag team overall as far as in-ring wrestling ability combined.
Be careful.
Than the Acclaimed, than the Guns.
That's it.
You know,
that's not a crazy statement. I like them. They're good. They can move. They're imposing. He brings his wife, the Bunny, with him. She's good to look at. I mean, they got the whole package. That team. I really think so.
It's insane to me that they haven't been tag team champions at least once already in AEW, considering they're AEW OGs. I don't know why. Do they even have toys? I know Bunny does. I think. Where are the Butcher and Blade figures?
That's a good question.
Why do best friends have action figures, but a guy as good as Butcher and Blade don't? That really bothers me as an AEW original fan, because that's what I consider myself an AEW OG fan. And yes, February 26th, join us at ETU's Lightning in a Bottle. I'll be there for about an hour and a half. My hour and a half is going to be dedicated to finding Matt Cardona, sticking him in a corner and getting an interview with him for 10 seconds to a minute, 2 minutes, whatever I can get. Maybe I'll shove a $20 bill in his face, $30, $40. They give me a couple of minutes. I'll get Matt Cardona. That's all I care about. I want to get Matt Cardona, and then I'm gone.
I don't think these were released yet, but they have a new series coming up for release on Figures. Danhausen, Jeff and Matt Hardy, Butcher and Blade Bunny,
Right.
and AEW Rival 13.
Now, John, you're 100% going to that show, right? The ATU.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll meet you there, and then
Gotta hold it down, bro.
What I already set up was, remember we talked about doing a giveaway? All right, so instead of us doing a giveaway, I have allowed Tantalizing Tony to do a giveaway on the behalf of Wrestling with Savage.
Cool.
Those 2 tickets, those 2 ringside tickets are compliments of Wrestling with Savage, Savage Kingdom Promotions, and Gilcher here is going to have your tickets here. We'll leave them with the people at the front, and he will leave them for a man named Tantalizing Tony. So the winner of that contest will go up to the table, say Tony's name, and they're going to get 2 free tickets. And I'll make sure I take care of that day because Gilcher will not remember. But I will make sure to take care of it. Or I'll mind you too. I don't know. We'll see. Jay, why don't you go to that show with John? He's going to need your support. Hold down the vendor table. We're going to have a table there. We'll have flyers. We'll have the poster. The only thing we won't have is the guy in the poster.
Now, oh baby, you'll be there.
Baby.
Who, Heath Slater?
No, yeah, you'll be that one. You don't have anything else that day, right?
No, that I am there.
Yeah.
No, this is just a one-time thing for now. I'm going to do my best to never let something like this happen again. But obviously, I didn't know about that when this happened.
Yeah, of course.
It is what it is. But I'm not messing up that opportunity to be the new voice of Battlefield Pro Wrestling. Not at all. Not at all. Not a shot. I can't wait to work on my character development over the next year. I feel like I'm going to really change. Because now when you actually start hanging out with all the boys again, I'm going to start feeling like I'm one of the boys again. Maybe get in that ring, take a couple of bumps when no one's looking. I got to see what it feels like on the back. I'm definitely going to get in there and take a bump early. One day or Anthony, I'm going to take you in there. Jay, one day you're going to come too. We're going to go there early, man. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun, make some content. But I guess let's keep it up to AEW. In my opinion, Butcher Blade definitely deserve to be in the mix. And I'm hoping eventually they do before it's too late. Wow, that's a funny shot. We get to see the Acclaim. We get to see the Acclaim next. Bowens looks like he had too much to drink last night. And this was a quick segment. Not much to really talk about here. I mean, the match comes out. Honestly, I don't even know. Did anybody catch these guys' names?
No.
The bootleg Beverly
Brothers.
The bootleg Beverly Brothers. All right, well, they come out. Acclaim come out. Acclaim hit the mic drop. Bowens hit a sick sidewalk slam, like a kind of modified. Acclaim was on the mic right away. You know, we're the nicest, fighting 2 guys like they in a midlife crisis, probably having sex with each other. It's not the 80s. The Acclaimed will make you quit like Tom Brady. In Ohio, everyone loves the Acclaimed. And yeah, they made quick work, as Taz says, with the yam bag Yahtzee move, I guess. We get a 3-way scissor, and the 1, 2, 3 after the mic drop. And then, of course, who do we see next? Who's coming out here to ruin the party? Who's coming out here to ruin the fun? None other than the Guns. None other than the Guns. Yo, listen. So you 2 Todds and Rods. Basically, the Guns are coming out. They want a title shot from the Acclaim. The Acclaim don't want to really give it to them right away. Billy Gunn's sick of this shit. He says, go ahead, beat the shit out of each other. He leaves. And then when he leaves, that's when it gets good. They say, there you go, Daddy. Go do what you did your whole life and turn your back on us. Go drown your sorrow in the bottom of a pill bottle. Fans chant, you fucked up. Billy says, you 2 just made the biggest mistake in your life. You 2 got big boy pants on. And then he actually gives them the title shot. And we see the Acclaim, like, what just happened? So, Gilch, you got the Acclaim stuff on. So, obviously, I got to go to you first. I mean, you're rocking all the Acclaim gear. What were your thoughts on the match and then the segment and prediction for what we see next week? Because they have a match next week.
We had a squash, which we expected. I think this is just setting up more towards what we all kind of predict. I think the Guns are going to take the titles next week with a turn from Billy Gunn. I think Billy will come an instant heat magnet. And I think, the Acclaim will take it back off. Maybe, I don't know if they're going to go back and forth till the pay-per-view, but, they'll take the titles back from them. But I do think we're going to see a switch next week. I do.
Okay. How about you, Jay? What do you think we see next weekend? Of course, what did you think tonight?
What I thought about this whole thing was 1,000% unnecessary. And it should have not taken place. And I do not see the Guns winning the AEW championship at any point, no matter if there's a turn, who it is or what it is. I don't see it. I see a claim on top, but this whole thing was very unnecessary.
Okay. And Anthony, best cameraman in the East Coast. What do you got on the Acclaim tonight?
Squash match. Which obviously. I don't see the turn with Billy Gunn yet. I think if they do it, when are they doing the match? Revolution?
Next week.
Oh, they're doing it.
Yeah.
They're gonna. Oh.
I would have just been fine with an announcement, guys, but I get it. The Acclaim gotta, make fans happy and do their rap, so I get it.
Yeah, the rap wasn't the best. The match definitely wasn't the best. I did, like I said, the sidewalk slam that Bowens did. Bowens is just fantastic. Whatever, man. Next week, I think the Acclaimed win next week.
And then they do it at Revolution. And then they do the rematch at Revolution.
Probably, and maybe that's when you get the turn.
Yeah.
I still got a claim on top, even if they turn.
Maybe after they lose, they get all bummed out. They go crying to Daddy. And then Daddy takes them back. But not till Revolution.
I see that.
Blood is back with Blood. And then the Acclaimed are on a mission to get back their titles. They were screwed from Daddy ass. And now you have the Gun Club, and that could be like a New Day kind of thing. Maybe Billy Gunn gets back to wrestling because he wants to protect his boys. He ain't gonna let anybody hurt his boys. He wants the Guns to have a good run right now. How good would it make the Guns look if they beat the Acclaimed at Revolution and then actually hold the titles for more than a couple, 5 months? You'd put them on the same pedestal. Now you'd have two good teams with title runs.
No.
Yeah, and then the Guns drop it to Butcher and Blade.
No.
Maybe.
I would really like to see that.
No.
What Andy was in every
So
time
Dave,
I die. I love
what
Andy.
do you want to see since everything's a no for you?
I didn't want to see this, I'll tell you that.
Well, what do you want to see? What would
Fine
make
now.
you happy? What would make you say yes?
Have a Acclaim fight a legitimate tag team that could put box office and asses to seats.
And who is
Have
that
we
tag
seen
team?
that in AEW? No, because they have a lack of tag team roster.
Who is that tag team? I want to know who that tag team is.
Come on, I can make a tag team up any day. I could call Wardrobe.
Nick
I could call Jungle Hook. I could call all these tag teams, make them up, and you got nobody that can put asses to seats.
All right. I like the Guns. And
The Bucks. You can say what you want about them, Jay. They put asses in seats. I just don't know if you're gonna, have them more title pitches.
They're trios now. So.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're building a whole different division for a whole different show that's probably going to get intertwined with Ring of Honor, so they can actually have some kind of content besides some other crap. Now we get an interview. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just, as much as like everyone else, I want them to do like an ROH split and move the roster over so you have enough time on TV for like the good talent on each show. Just the thought of adding another 2-hour wrestling show to watch every week is like.
I think that's the immediate cure. And then don't forget, they also announced today officially that the house shows are signed and sealed, and Jeff Jarrett is in charge of all the house shows, and it's starting off in Ohio. So we're probably going to get eventually some house shows here. So that's definitely going to give people more opportunity to work, obviously, and make money, have matches, get experience. But yeah, what you said, if they expand with the Ring of Honor and get some of the talent down there, maybe even give Impact some guys. Do something. Because you got way too many dudes up here right now. And they're not on TV. I'm not even going to start saying names. But Jungle Hook, Jungle Boy had an interview with Tony Schiavone. Or no, this guy, whoever the hell this guy's name is.
Alex Marvez.
Alex Marvez. There we go. Jungle Boy says, I've done the tag team thing before. I've been to the top of that mountain. This year I will be champion again, but this time I'm all by myself. Okay. Jay, what do you think of that comment? What does Jay have to say about this comment? Tell me what you have to say about Jungle Boy, bro. Tell me.
I got off the Jungle Boy train, man. I give up on this guy. Hopefully it happens. That's all I say. Hopefully.
What you got? My God, that was terrible. Does anybody else have anything on Jungle Boy that they want to add?
I thought you were going to
Jungle Boy's a great wrestler. Don't get me wrong. But still, I didn't feel any personality in that promo. And some things just can't be taught.
You got to get him a mouthpiece. You can't keep giving him segments and having him talk because he's not good at it. He can't cut a promo.
Yeah, he definitely can't cut a promo, that's for sure.
Great run. He's
turn him heel.
In the ring. Yeah, there you go.
Turn him heel.
Oh,
turn him
Jared,
heel.
Jared, please get him gone.
Turn him heel. Keep Luchasaurus heel and have them team up as heels.
Yeah, I hope he does bring Ring of Honor back too. I really do. But Jungle Boy here, he says he's going to get gold again. So obviously he's going to be targeting singles gold. His best bet's probably what? Go after Orange Cassidy? I wouldn't mess with MJF.
Yeah.
Well, also you also have the TNT title that you could try to grab too.
But I guess that story arc makes sense if you think about the whole pillar discussion. You know, he's on that T-shirt. You can go back to that. But Jungle Boy by himself, like you said, he needs a mouthpiece. Jungle Boy cannot go. He can't. How would that segment even go, Gilch, him and MJF?
Yeah, I know. I'm with you.
He'd get buried every week.
You know what? He would. But think about what Jay said about lack of tag teams. I wasn't the biggest Jungle Boy Luchasaurus fan, but they put ass in seats. The crowd fucking loved them. And, you know, you broke that up into an angle for them to fight each other. And did we really get a definitive end to that whole thing? We did not, right? It's like either do something with it or now just I don't know, figure something out and throw them back together. I mean, like I said, they put ass in seats.
Well, what's going on with Luchasaurus? Does anybody know? Jay, any of your sources know anything? Is he injured? Is he hurt?
He's being sued, I think, for the... Well, not him, but they're being sued for the mask design. I think somebody's suing him.
Oh, my
That's
God.
why he's off TV. I forgot who's
Just pay the guy and get him back on TV.
It's not the original mask either. They're suing him over the new mask, the heel mask, the black one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he just wear the old mask. Oh, God. Just take off his mask and let him be a giant over there. Who cares? Must have murdered somebody for him to be wearing a mask.
Come up with a new mask. What the fuck? Get the theme, man.
I don't know, but Jungle Boy ain't beating MJF, and that's all I got to say about that, man. Maybe he can take on Orange Cassidy, or I don't know. Maybe he can go join Best Friends. Maybe him and Danhausen are next. All right.
He's one of those guys where it's not like oh, I can't see him winning a world title. I don't want to see him on TV. He's the perfect guy for a mid card title to me. Like he's the perfect guy who should be in the mix on a regular basis for the TNT title. And I mean, but
maybe we see him beat Wardlow down the line. Because I think Wardlow's going to come back and kill Joe now, right?
Didn't they? I feel
We'll talk
like
about that later.
Maybe in this.
I feel like him and Wardlow already had like a feud.
They did. They did have a feud. But you know who else had a match tonight? Takeshita and Brian Cage. And this match was exactly what I thought it was going to be. A very fast-paced, action-filled match. Takeshita with a beautiful offense to start things off. High-flying offense. Sends Cage to the outside. Takeshita with the over-top rope attack. Brian Cage now holding onto his leg. Power bombs Takeshita into the ring post. Cage with the drop kick. And now both men exchanging forearms. I wish this guy would change the screenshot. Takeshita with a gorgeous combination of rolling elbows and shots. Cage breaks. Takeshita with the Blue Thunder Bomb on Cage. We get a cover and we get a kick out. Cage with a slingshot suplex. Takeshita with a stalling German suplex into the cover kick out from Cage, who counters into a fireman's carry. And Takeshita counters with a Liger Bomb. Cover kick out by Cage. Cage with a backdrop driver and the lariat wipes Takeshita out. Picks him up for a suplex that's countered. Now Takeshita with his own brain buster. Big shot. And then another brain buster. Cage kicks out again. We get a super kick from Cage. And now the flatline grabs him by the hair, puts him on the top rope. Cage climbing up now to catch the counters with the brain buster off the top rope and the big time knee. And Cage is down for the 1, 2, 3. I thought this was a great match, and it made Takeshita look absolutely incredible, in my humble opinion.
But also, this is the best. I feel this has been the best run that Brian Cage is having.
On AEW, yeah, he's on TV every week, so you can't really complain. And I still think he looks like a beast, whether he loses, wins, whatever.
Yeah, but you know what? If you're booking him as like a top guy, he needed this win. Like, he had to get a win on television.
Listen, for him to be taking all these L's, it's because his contract's coming up. They probably haven't renewed. So, what are they? You're going to have him beat all your guys as he's leaving?
No, I'm not saying that, but just like a win. Like, he needed a win on television.
Nah, not against Takeshita though.
No,
they already said
no.
that.
I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I'm talking
just
about,
in general, like just getting.
No, I'm talking about Takeshita that he needed. He's the one he needed.
Takeshita, 100%, man. This made Takeshita's stock rise tenfold, looking like a stud.
But he's been losing on TV.
Yeah. Bro, dude, my man was out there giving Brian Cage brainbusters off the top rope. And I loved how he did 3 brainbusters, like to really influence the move and say, I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it.
This kid could be world champion in any company.
100%. And you see MJF likes him. MJF's already working with him. Yeah. All right. During the match later on, we're going to see a lot from MJF and Takeshita. We'll get into that later on. But there you see Takeshita getting the win. And then we're going to get a segment, an interview with the Jericho Appreciation Society. They say, we have not worked together in 5 years, Chris is saying to Renee. And in 5 years, we haven't worked together, and you're accusing us of cheating? Did you guys see a baseball bat? Everybody's like, no, we didn't see no baseball bat. You lost to the JAS, Ricky Starks, and now you want another match? We got an idea. Sammy's got an idea. Sammy says we put our heads together, and now we came up with the Garcia Guevara Gauntlet. It's a pretty cool concept, Garcia says. You have to beat Angelo Parker, you have to beat Daddy Magic, and then you have to beat me or Sammy, and we'll let you know the night of. And if you are lucky by the skin of your teeth, then you can get your hands on Chris Jericho. Chris says you don't call the shots around here, the JAS does, and I'm ready to whip your ass. Jay, you got anything on this?
I didn't think much of this, so I got nothing to say about this crap.
I thought it was pretty weak, pretty predictable, more of the same. I would have rather seen him do a fireball to Ricky Starks or something. Ricky Starks have an eye patch.
As big of a JAS guy as I am, I haven't had any interest in them now. Probably in about a month. It's time for another Jericho Magic. He'll soon enough. They'll break up. He'll just click his fingers and come up with some other genius.
He'll reinvent himself. He'll reinvent himself yet again because that's what he does. How about you, Anthony? Are you excited about another match? Next week, you're getting almost 4 matches because Ricky Starks is going to beat Angelo Parker and Daddy Magic. And then Sammy or Daniel, because they'll be too busy. They're going to ruin that match for themselves. And then he's going to get Jericho, and Jericho, of course, is going to crush him yet again. By the time he gets to Jericho, he's going to be done.
Sounds like lazy booking.
Anthony's got nothing on this. He's absolutely silent. Nothing to say. That's what makes for good content, people. Silence. Let's do it. All right. Now we have a promo from the Elite next week. Top Flight, bring your boy and shoot your shot. We see this kid shoot a shot. It goes in. I wonder if they got that on one take or if it took 20. I don't know. Matt Hardy, Ethan Page, and Stokely challenge the Elite to a match on Rampage 3-on-3. They start talking about NFTs. I didn't even know what the hell was going on. Kenny says you got the match this Friday, Rampage. The Elite versus whatever the hell you guys are calling yourselves. And then I thought this was funny as well. When he went up to him right there, kind of made that sexual noise in his ear. I thought that kind of made me pop a little. I was like, okay, that's funny. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Now we get into our next match, which could have been a main event in any company in the world. Bryan Danielson versus Timothy Thatcher.
Savage, I don't know if you caught this, but at the at Battlefield, on the far wall, like from where I was standing on the right side, they actually have a Timothy Thatcher flag.
I actually did not catch that. I did not see that. I'm gonna have to look for that next time we go. You're gonna have to point it out to me. Well, I'm sure I'll just take a look up there and see it. I was a little busy looking at the monitor all night, calling some action. Bryan Danielson versus Timothy Thatcher coming up next. This match was hard-hitting, physical, and pretty much just a brawling style of technical wrestling. It was still a technical match, but a lot of brawling involved and a lot of submissions, a lot of grueling. There was some European uppercuts. There was excellent joint manipulation. Thatcher driving the knee into Bryan's injured shoulder at times. I was surprised that Bryan Danielson's leg wasn't taped up because honestly, with the mistake that Moxley made last week, remember when he said the leg in the promo instead of the shoulder? So that was supposed to be a joke, but obviously it wasn't good. What's going on with these sounds?
What the hell's going on?
Is that Gilch? It's got to be Gilch. It's definitely Gilch. He's guilty. Look at that guilty face. See him? See him over there? He thinks he's going to just hide in the corner and it's all going to be all right.
My bad. I hit a thing. I didn't realize the volume was on.
Sure. I was like, what is going on right now? But yeah, hard chops, technical wrestling is what we got here, folks. Hammer and anvil shots. Bryan wins with the cycle knee in the 1-2-3. Anybody have anything on this match? Thoughts?
I have a question.
And Jose, Mick wants to know. He wants you to know. He wants to know, are you still here?
I'm here.
No, he's not. This is just
And
a
you are
figment of
still
your
here.
imagination. She's just a figment of your imagination right now.
Jay, you
Mick.
got anything on this match?
My gosh, I've been telling you guys, Timothy Thatcher is a star no matter where he goes. From West Side Extreme Wrestling all the way to Pro Wrestling Noah, this guy has done it all and won championships. And what he showed tonight was probably an audition to get a contract for AEW. This guy is a submission specialist. He took Bryan Danielson to the limit. But let's face it, when Bryan Danielson came out, I already knew what was going to happen. He was going to target that left arm most of the match. I didn't like the MJF to Keshka interference. I think I would have been great without that. So I can't say this was a great match. But overall, it was a good match. I think Timothy Thatcher showed a lot of people, hey, I can hang with whoever.
This match was a really good match, actually. I can't say it was match of the night. It was good. If it would have went 10 minutes longer, if it would have went 10 minutes longer, I didn't mind the interference because the interference at least had purpose, which is to get Takeshita involved.
Because all the cameras was facing on them and we were missing the action in the ring. So I
agree with that, but listen, this guy Thatcher's probably here for one match. We're probably not going to see him again.
Takeshita should be there
now is long. I agree with that too. But right now, Takeshita's the one that's on the superstar drive. They're trying to push him.
When he does a hammerlock suplex, his facial strength.
And they're all on board. Daniel Bryan's on board with it. MJF is on board with it. Tony Khan's on board with it.
That's the problem. You guys are starstruck over Takeshita, but it was really Brian Cage that made Takeshita look great. It wasn't even Takeshita.
No, Takeshita.
Brian Cage. He has to jump up with the
looked good against Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page. He looked good against Kenny Omega. Shut your ass up. You sound like a noob.
Starstruck all up into Takeshi's ass. You guys are missing the bigger picture that Brian Cage was the one that made Takeshita look good tonight.
He'll be fighting Gunther for the Intercontinental title by the end of the year.
Takeshita, let me just be clear here so we all understand each other. Takeshita made Takeshita look good tonight. Takeshita is one of the quickest rising stars in AEW. The dude's 6'4", big boy in the ring, doing moves like a cruiserweight, and then making them look like a heavyweight.
Never. You guys are missing the bigger picture.
You had your boy Brian Cage. Brian Cage didn't have to do much when he's up there on this guy's shoulders, and he's walking around with him, hitting him with brain busters.
Creatively, everything is just haywire.
You're fired. Jay's fired. Fired.
I got a statement.
I can't listen to this.
I got a statement to make on the main event, and I'm going to make it right now. Then I'll sleep on it. But Bryan Danielson is the best wrestler in the fucking world.
Bryan Danielson?
I think so.
It's arguable. I won't argue it with you. He's up there. Yeah. He's definitely.
And this is coming from a guy who's never been a big Danielson fan.
How about you?
I've always known he's a great wrestler, but
what do you think about the whole thing with Takeshita and MJF? They're brawling in the back. MJF had some good visuals, and then we see our boy Pat Buck right there as well. Nice shot. We'll zoom in on that. Pat Buck from Creative Pro, obviously doing his thing, working closely with one of his students, which I also love to see that he's along for the ride here with this. You know what I mean? And then Renee, of course, lets us all know that Tony Khan has made the match official. I love this shot too, by the way. And then next week we're going to see Takeshita versus MJF. I think it was the right move. I liked the interference. I thought it had purpose, and it gets us a match with MJF. We're always complaining that we don't see MJF wrestle.
When was the last time he wrestled on TV? Was it that Punk match?
No,
that
Moxley.
tag team?
It's when he won. It's when he won the world title.
No, I mean like on a Dynamite, not a
when he beat Wheeler Yuta on Dynamite with a very nice submission that I remember.
Oh, that must.
And I remember calling in to Bust It Open and talking about how this kid looked incredible considering he hasn't wrestled in 119 days or something like that. It was something like that. But yeah, that was the last time we saw him wrestle in a match. But he had a good shot here tonight. Then we get a little promo here from Swerve Strickland talking about Keith Lee. Says the Rhodes name has really gotten under his skin. Parker and his name, I guess, is Trench. Say that it's a wrap for Brian Pillman Jr. Jay, did you think this was good? Because we got his name now, right? His name's Trench.
Oh, I skipped this, boys. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't blame you. You didn't miss much.
Garbage.
Nobody cares, right? Okay.
No.
We'll keep it moving. How about this segment? We got another segment. And I noticed Excalibur messed up and said that we have Renee with the world champion. And then it takes us to this picture here, but MJF wasn't in it yet. So it was just Roosh and Vance. And then that's not Renee. I don't know who that is. Does anybody know who that is?
No.
Okay, anyway.
I think that is...
It's definitely not Renee.
Big Bill William Morrissey's fiance.
Okay. Jay over here with the knowledge, dropping it. Roosh, Vance, MJF. He says, my Spanish is mid, which was a great line. Like, I love that. That's a great way to say my Spanish is garbage. One thing that is universal is mucho dinero. And this one is on the house. I got 5 more cases with your name on it. And all you have to do is beat Bryan Danielson, rip his arm off, and beat him with it. Dipshit, translate, says we have a deal. MJF says you don't have to like me at all. All you got to do is get the job done. Good doing business with you, Beto. I don't even know what that means.
Pendejo. That's what he said.
Okay. Anthony, I'm glad you killed the stream over here. We're down to like 2 people now. I'm blaming this one on Ant.
No, blame it on Gilch, not on me.
Yeah, Gilch, what are you doing? What are you doing?
You've been doing that for like the last minute.
Yeah, Gilch is trolling. Like Gilch, like nobody. And look, they're all left, Gilch. They all left because you're just spamming the one comment from Mick when you can just ask Jay. Jay, you got anything to say on Mick Thomason?
I did. I said what's up and all that, and I said I'm here.
Mick, are you still there? All this bullshit, and you're not even in the chat. That's the other thing. You're flashing his name. He might not even be in the chat.
I don't think he's here. I think he left.
Nah, he's not here. If he saw his name that many times on the screen, he might have had a fucking heart attack. Jesus Christ. I like this segment. It's the same thing. It makes MJF look rich, look powerful. He's he's trying to buy his way out of this Iron Man match. So we're gonna get next week Roosh versus Bryan Danielson, and this might be the best matchup that we've seen so far. This is probably going to be maybe even be better than his match with Bandito. And that's going to be hard to do because those guys go. Are you excited about this match?
Pay-per-view match, bro.
I don't think it's going to be a real good match, but that's just me.
How is this not going to be a good match? I think
I don't
that's going
think
to steal the show.
Clash. I'm sorry. I don't see it. There's 2 different wrestling styles. I don't see a clash. Sorry.
What wrestling style is that?
Well, Bryan Danielson is more of the technical submission specialist wrestler, pro wrestler, and Roosh is a high-flying aerobatic wrestler himself. He's not a
so
pro
like
wrestler. He's
so
not
like
a
Bandito.
Technical submission.
So like he's like Bandito.
No, he's not like Bandito.
Why? Bandito doesn't have high-flying technical
Bandito
action?
is more like Axiom.
Axiom.
That's who Bandito is. If you don't know who Axiom is, watch him on NXT. That's who Bandito is. Come on,
right.
The tape is there.
All right,
Maybe
let's
we
get
do
into
a
this
third
match.
board on Brian Danielson.
I'm gonna wait to judge the match itself. I think
right there, guys.
I think it's going to be a great match. I think their styles.
Watch it last week.
I think any style works with Brian Danielson. That guy can work with anyone in the building, in any building, in any country, in any stadium, in any arena. Brian Danielson, like Gilch just mentioned, is probably the best wrestler in the world. He's up there. It's arguable. So he can have a great match with anybody. I think you're wrong. I think you can get in the ring and have a great match with Brian Danielson because that's how goddamn good he is.
Nah, I think you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
You're wrong. I don't agree.
Gilch, I don't know about you, but me, I don't think I'm wrong. I think I'm right on this one. I think it's going to be a fun match. I think it's going to be a good match. If it's not, it's going to probably be because it's either time restraint or because MJF's going to come out and cause some kind of nasty shenanigans. If that is your excuse next week of that, I understand. But if it's a clean match,
I think it's going to be a clean match. I don't think MJF is going to be coming out because
but we might see Vance get involved and they just take this kid to town and try to really injure him. After Danielson wins, obviously. They're going to really mess him up. Then MJF will come out. You'll see Vance holding one arm. You see the other guy holding one arm. MJF maybe just punching him in the face with a ring, knocking him out cold. Then we get a promo later in the night. You see the little ring indent in Brian's head. He's all like limping and bleeding and dominated. Maybe. I could see it. But what I did see was Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet. Kiera Hogan comes out, sends Layla Gray into the stairs. Caused a big distraction. Red Velvet with a big kick to the head. But Jade then, basically got away with the match. Jade didn't lose because the ref was too late for the count. I was surprised that Red Velvet even got off as much offense as she did. But Jade was able to recover and hit the Jaded from a crazy position. Nice strength shown. And Jade shows you all why she is still undefeated at 50. And, look at that physique. Look at that physique. Probably the best body for a woman in all of professional wrestling today. It's arguable. I don't think anybody in WWE looks the way Jade Cargill does. And I'm being honest. I don't think there's one woman in that locker room that looks anything like what Jade Cargill does, as far as physical appearance is concerned. Look at her.
I don't know what her contract looks like, but she is going to make a lot of money, even if she doesn't go to WWE, to use the leverage because they're going to want to pay her.
Hey, man. It's going to be a crazy ride for her. She's going to make a lot of money, get a lot of wins, probably sell a lot of merch. She's going to have a lot of fans. She just is. Look at that strength. I don't think she weighs much, but it was a crazy way that she just kind of swung her around and went straight into the Jaded.
Yeah, but notice when the both of them came out, fans, it was crickets. I can't stand the women's division in AEW. Tony Khan, get fucking better. Because I am so sick and tired of these goddamn women coming out and none of them getting a reaction.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Hey, you see Jade with her. Yes. You got to make sure you put that louder, Gilch. And now you got to put music back on.
What's up, 5 people in the chat? What's up, Lauren?
You going to start fucking around now? Yeah. Shout out to Crittext for the best theme song for a wrestling show.
1, 2, 3, 5, say you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
It's a good song. It's
Great
a good song. See, the crowd loves it. They love it. I love it. I'm a big fan of it. Okay? Good shit.
Then you will die.
The hell was that? Gilch, was that you? That was
No, my mouse isn't even on the screen.
That was creepy.
Put it.
Yeah, that's the one I was going for. All right. I guess we'll play some dance music, right? What are we up to? There's Jade Cargill with her kid, which obviously I'm sure her kid would really love what Anthony. Anthony, why don't you tell her kid if she was here now? What would you tell her again about the women's division?
I just
Professional
feel
wrestling?
bad. This is Khan's fault. Khan doesn't fit.
Oh man.
He's got guilt. What'd you do to him?
I didn't do nothing.
You played that 56K thing. He got tight.
Oh, I clicked that. When he left?
He left. He's gone. I don't know if it was the combination of the 56K and me just laughing into the microphone, but it definitely didn't help the situation. Let's get some music in here. It's getting awkward.
Wow.
That's like cinematic. Come on, Anthony. Come back.
I got a lot to say about this match, but I'm going to let all the jokes get out before I get in. He's not coming back. He's scared of man.
Hard to get Anthony.
He left, man.
He's gone. Well, Jay, please, if you have something to say about that.
Okay, so maybe I have a different television than everybody here on the show and everybody here in the chat. Because what I saw was probably by far the worst match in probably AEW in 2023. I'm gonna get
these internet right now.
These guys over here, folks, said that this is big time, no money, no matter where she goes, WWE. I beg to differ. Let's talk about this match. I first want to say I apologize to everybody here on the show. I did say that Red Velvet should be the one to take the TBS championship off Jay Cargill, but geez, was I wrong about Jay Cargill and Red Velvet match? I was completely wrong, so I apologize to everybody on that part. But let's get into this match. Velvet with the horrible drop kick on the outside of Jay. But what was the biggest botch? And you guys just seem to ignore it. Let me just get into it right here. So Jade showing her physique, carrying the little skinny Red Velvet up the steps and throwing her over the ring. Do you know what happened after that, guys? She did a springboard and just landed and went for the pin. Was she supposed to do a springboard elbow? No, I don't know. I don't know what that was, period. She just springboarded into the ring and just went for a cover. What the fuck was that? Jade with the horrible pump kick. Then we get some horrible interference with Kerry Hogan. We're facing guys you don't even care about Kerry Hogan, neither do I. But what did this match show? A champion is supposed to lead in a match. I didn't see it here. It looked like some miscues. Big botch of the year. I don't see a star here. I think Jade is kind of slipping, and I think we're all getting starstruck by her entrance in Pyro.
Is that so?
That is so. Let's rewind the match.
Gilch, is that so? Apparently, Gianna over here thinks you're a sexy bastard. That's awesome. What's going on, Ricky? All right. So Jade Cargill, that's how that match hits you. Like I said, Jade to me, whatever, man. She's getting better. She's doing what she's told. She is getting better. She comes out to the ring. Listen, she comes out to the ring with swag. She's undefeated. And no, I need to see more. But they're representing her. They're building her the right way. She's not going to beat 50 incredible women wrestlers.
No, Savage, they're not building her the right way. They're just basically have nothing to do with her. They're stuck with her in this belt, and they don't know how to take it off.
They're not going to take it off. That belt's not coming off.
But they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it.
They're not taking it off until someone comes along that's going to...
How long did it take Wardlow to lose the belt? So they finally decided,
that's Wardlow. That's Wardlow.
We got
Jade
the right
Cargill has more personality than Wardlow.
I don't want to compare it to Roman.
She had a mouthpiece her whole entire time. What personality?
Just the swag, the way she walks, the way she looks, the attitude. She looks legit. She looks like an ass kicker, man.
I don't want to compare her to the Roman situation, but the situation's similar in that you've built this monster heel with a title run where they're like unbeatable, like untouchable. So you have to have someone who's going to go over as a massive babyface to take that title off her. And who? No, there's no one.
Gilch, This is AEW talking about.
I know,
Nothing makes
I know.
sense. Nothing makes sense in this company. So I'm not gonna buy into that. And look, Warlow, biggest baby face with what? The TNT belt, right? Can we not say arguably biggest baby face right after the MJF winning the belt, right? Big baby face, right? Who took it off? Who took the belt? Who won? I'm asking you guys. Who won the belt?
I can barely hear anything
Joe?
right now. You know why?
Samoa Joe? Is Samoa Joe the biggest?
What the hell does Samoa Joe have to do with
Well,
Jade
nothing
Cargill and the fact that Tony
It
Khan
doesn't
gave
do
her
it.
a job? He said,
It
listen,
doesn't
Jade,
do her.
here's what you're going to do. You're Shaq's cousin, girlfriend, whatever you are. I don't care.
I'll give you
We're gonna
another
hook you up.
example. I'll
You
give
got
you
the
another
look.
example.
You got the muscles.
I'll give you another example. Different. Different example. Just listen. Different example. Jamie Hayter versus Bunny. There's another example.
Yeah, Jamie Hayter's going to kill Bunny. We know that.
You're not getting it. That's not the point.
It doesn't matter. Jade Cargill right now is supposed to be fed. She's a monster that needs to be fed. And eventually it's going to be fed well enough that it's going to turn into
You're
a
feeding a monster because all you care about is the street. I get it. We all seen The Undertaker for many, many years. All they care about is the street. Let's face it at this point. They don't know how to take the
nice
ball.
to see
And
someone
if
being
you have a
treated
monster, you said you have a monster. Well, it's time to let the monster loose and out of this belt picture, out of this undefeated, and let's go for the belt. You a monster, right?
Not yet. She's building her own brand, man.
Not yet.
She wants to be bigger than that title, and eventually she might have both. And then that's how you take them off her. After she has both.
We have had probably great women champions in Thunder
Yeah, I
Rosa.
agree with Mick. You know, you got to stop bashing the ladies.
Hold on. Listen to this. Listen to this. We have had great champions under Rosa, great champions in Jamie Hayter. And what happened to them? It's not because they couldn't cut a promo.
Thunder got injured.
They had nothing to. They didn't know how to book them. That's the whole thing.
And you do?
Big problem. They get stuck.
How do you book them?
And they don't know how to book it.
How do you book them?
How to book what? The champion? Who?
Yeah.
Jade? Or who's talking about the world champion?
Oh, no, not Jade. Jamie.
Jamie? Okay, first of all, I wouldn't even have her doing this whole segment, period. I would have cut that and I would have been fine announcing her having a match with Bunny next week or anything like that. But I don't think Bunny is the one she should go after. I'm sure there's other talent. There's a Britt Baker, there's a Ruby Soho, there's a Willow Nightingale. You know, these type of women she should go after that are more, I say, better than the Bunny. Not to throw any shade at Bunny because we all saw what she did at Impact and it was great shit. But let's face it, there are other women. You guys love Willow. You guys met Willow. That could also fill in that void. And I would book it like that. I would make Jamie Hayter a fucking badass and crushing all these baby faces, just like your precious Willow, just like a Ruby Soho and others.
Ruby's been killing it. Listen, Ruby's been killing it.
What is Jamie Hayter beating the beast beating the Bunny gonna show?
Jade is here right now to beat developmental talent and then eventually a superstar here and there, get her record up real quick, and then eventually for me challenge for the women's title when she has like 100 wins, 120 wins, something like that. But anyway, you saw this segment right here with Britt Baker. She doesn't trust Ruby Soho. She thinks Ruby's with Saraya. I'm really not sure how far they're going to take this whole Saraya and Britt Baker thing. And eventually, when are we going to see Britt Baker get back in the title picture? Is she going to confront Jamie Hayter, challenge Jamie Hayter, turn on Jamie Hayter? There's a lot there to dig into if you really wanted to. And I don't know where it's going to go.
Honestly, I think this segment was very good and very confusing because they just put Ruby Soho out of nowhere. I don't know what they're trying to do with Ruby Soho, but I don't think this is the right booking for her. You know, she's a star on her own, and the crowd is with her, believe it or not. So I think this was a wrong move.
Okay. We'll see where it's going to go. Next week, I'm excited. I know you said you didn't like the run-in, but at least the run-in gave us a match. I want to see MJF wrestle.
Listen,
next week.
We gotta have fillers, and we need a bum like take a shit up. You know, take a shit up next week, and that's it. MJF on top. You know, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win the match?
Takeshita.
Guy with the Burberry scarf over here. Okay. Got one Takeshita.
Yo, Jay, I want to tell you something. This might be the best match you see in all of 2023.
You know, it's funny. Look at what they're lining up. Lining up Takeshita and Iron Man versus Daniel Bryan. Like, they are lining him up with like the best in the business, and it's gonna be like this for like the next year and a half. Like it's
They're gonna push this kid to the moon. He's gonna be a world champion. He is gonna take that title off MJF.
If he doesn't get to where he has to be in the ring, it's not gonna be because of his dancing partners. That's for sure. Because he's gonna be in there, guys.
Anyway, let's talk about some matches that we're gonna get next week. You're gonna get the Acclaim versus the Guns. We already talked about what we think is going to happen there. We're going to get Jamie Hayter versus the Bunny. We all think it's going to be a squash match. That's a preview of what's going to be happening later tonight. That was a really stiff bump by Darby Allin on the tip of that chair. Good God. We're going to get Roosh versus Bryan Danielson. We're going to get Saraya and Tony Storm probably taking on some noobs.
That should be fun.
Poor Brian Pillman Jr.
He's still wrestling?
Yeah, he's gonna take a whooping on this one.
Oh man, I see the interference, the two big guys.
He's gonna take a whooping. And then we have the Elites on Rampage, and this is probably gonna open up. Do you think it's gonna open up a main event?
She'll open up, I think.
And this is another squash match, isn't it? Kind of.
I don't like this booking.
Isn't this a squash? Like, does this match make any sense?
No, it doesn't.
No.
All right, let's get into our main event. Darby Allin versus Samoa Joe. Joe sends Darby flying hard off the steel steps right over the barricade into the crowd. Both men now bleeding quickly as the action goes into the crowd. Everyone seems fired up. Joe rams Darby's head off the steel rail again and again and again, and dangerous ground being covered now by both men. Joe just dumps Darby on the concrete steps. Not necessary, but damn. Back from big, Joe is just overwhelming Darby, trying to put him to sleep. Nasty pin attempts with his big knee in the face. Darby fights back, but now Joe with a nasty Uranagi in the cover and the kick out. Nasty, nasty stuff here. Joe is busted open, deep cut by the eye. Very deep cut by the eye. You can see that thing was gushing right there. Joe with a huge chop, sending Darby through the ropes, and Joe with the vicious kicks to send Darby to the outside as Joe sets up a table alongside the barricade. Goes back in the ring, gets Darby Allin. Joe with the rear naked choke, and Darby countered with a chin breaker, and now Joe just grabs Darby and just flings him out of the ring like a piece of trash. Joe grabs many chairs, sets two, sitting up. We get a backdrop on top of the chair, and that just looked nasty. Joe sets them up again. Darby with the powder in the eye and hits the code red. Now the over-the-top stunner. Darby grabs his hoodie with the thumbtacks, can barely get it on, hits the coffin drop. We get a cover and a kick out. Darby then exposes the ring. He goes to town with a razor. He's cutting up the ring, exposing the mat, pulling it out, showing us the wooden boards. Joe with the power bomb on the thumbtacks. And then now he's choking Darby with the same hoodie with the thumbtacks on it. Darby now going to town on Samoa Joe with a steel chair. Joe counters and hits the muscle buster on the exposed hardwood board and gets to 1, 2, 3 and is the new TNT champion. Then Wardlow comes out. He's back out there, and Joe just does what Joe does. And he gets the hell out of it. Gets out of Dodge. He doesn't want nothing to do with Wardlow, who's back. Got a new, and that's how Dynamite ended. We didn't even get to see this finish. Apparently, he threw this man over the top rope out to the outside. And that's the last shot we got of Dynamite to end the night, which was pretty wild. Jay, what did you think of the match? And what did you think of Wardlow returning?
Might get a lot of heat for this, but this wasn't a good match. This was good entertainment. So for that, I'll give it a thumbs up. I enjoy certain spots. You could tell this is a Darby Allin match because only an idiot would do stupid things as getting slammed on standing, what are those chairs on top of that edge? Like, Jesus Christ, you break your back. I pull my back, I should know. So it's just, I think just some unnecessary things he did, including that steel steps into the crowd. But It's entertainment. I'm agree with Gianna. That table was the botch on Joe. That's how he got cut in the eye. I totally agree with that. That wasn't the plan. I think it was just inflicting as much pain as Darby as possible and getting the win. I actually had Joe in this, and I think you guys may say too, this match was predictable. But overall, I was very entertained in this match. So, yeah, for that, it's fun.
I thought it was a really good match to end the night and made Darby didn't look any weaker from the match. I mean, that fling on the concrete, on the steps, how dangerous was that? I mean, this kid
gonna die. Like, no offense. But...
No, you for real. You take one wrong hit in the wrong spot. It doesn't matter who you are.
That shit in your back? Like, are you kidding me?
These spots aren't meant to be done this many times on a weekly basis. You know,
I feel like
he needs a little break right now. He needs a little break, but you know what? We're gonna see him probably on Rampage or something, jumping off the stage again.
Like, listen, he's a pillar. He's a great athlete. I just don't think he needs to do all this craziness. Like, you know, he can have one or two.
Is absolute beast, man. Absolute beast tonight. Dynamite, though, overall, Gilch, what did you think of this match, or what did you think of Dynamite overall?
Yeah, definitely, you know, action-packed. Enjoyed the match. We had plenty of content. It's funny because a lot of times Jay's the one going on about, like, oh, why is this guy going to take bumps like this? And I'm like, screw it. Let him, if he wants to do it. But I'm actually really starting to naturally feel bad for this kid. Because how much longer is he going to last? Like, you never wish an injury on the guy, but it's just, I mean, it's just numbers. It's just, you know, the small chance you have of getting hurt is it's multiplied 1,000 times when you're doing these spots on a weekly basis. So, but I won't go too far off on that. Match was entertaining, that was for sure. Overall, I'm going to give Dynamite more towards a thumbs up than a thumbs down, but not full steam ahead. Amazing.
Okay, Jay, I'll go to you. How about you? What do you give it, Dynamite? You give it a thumbs up?
So touching on Gilch's, with Darby, like, yeah, man, like, I don't want to see him like a Jeff Hardy in a few years that can't even walk in the ring or even do spots. So I just hope he chills a little bit. If he does, I think he'll be great. Going to old Dynamite, I'm over here. I'm not in a thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm usually away thumbs down on this show every Wednesday. So this is actually an improvement. But let's face it, Big Cargo, Velvet, that was a disaster, and that was too much to give them too much time. I think they had too much time of the match, and I think it was very unnecessary. It was unnecessary segments taking place. I think announcements would have been just great. I think there was lazy booking here. I think there was bad creative decisions here. I thought Timothy Thatcher looked like a stud. Samoa Joe looked like a stud, even though that botch cut his eye. He looked great. I love it. If you guys noticed, Wardlow made his return. Not a big pop. And he comes out and he starts doing the powerbound symphony crap. I think he needs to switch it up a little bit. I hope he does. I'm not going to give up on him just yet. Let's see.
For me, AEW Dynamite tonight definitely got a thumbs up. I was sitting here watching it for 2 hours, and I saw 3 good professional wrestling matches. I enjoyed the Hangman match, I enjoyed the Bryan Danielson match, and I enjoyed the Darby Allin match. I also got promos. I saw my favorite wrestler cut a promo, not once, but pretty much twice. You guys seem to have a little action with Takeshita, that whole little stick. Talking about I didn't approve any match. I didn't authorize any match. He's screaming like a maniac, doing what he does, and then the whole segment with Bruce giving him money, furthering the storyline with him and Bryan Danielson. And just overall, the pace of Dynamite tonight felt good. I could have done without the Acclaimed and the Guns overdrawn segment. That was a little too much. I thought that could have been a little shorter, or not have the match at all, just have them talk trash or whatever. But in this match, too, I noticed there was crickets during this match, and it drove me nuts. Because these are 2 guys who should not be hearing crickets. These are 2 guys that are 2 of the best in AEW right now at what they do. Brian Cage is just as good as Takeshita, and Takeshita is just as good as Brian Cage for now. That's going to change over the next year. Truth be told, Takeshita's a freak. Truth be told, Takeshita might be the best wrestler they have in that company right now. Takeshita might have the highest vertical. He might even be able to bench more than anybody there for all we know. This kid's a freak, I'm telling you. He's a super freak athlete, and I am so excited to see his career flourish in front of us, and not in New Japan or somewhere else for 20 years. Here, in America. This guy's going to be a superstar. So AEW gets thumbs up for character progression. They made Takeshita look incredible. He's having a storyline with a world champion. We had 3 banger matches. How can you ask for more? And we got a promo from Jungle Boy that was less than 12 seconds. I can't complain about that. I can't complain about that. But they did the perfect thing with him. This guy only needs to come on and say 1 sentence, and then done. Play a video package, show a photo with hook, done. And I like how they're separating it. So what's crazy is they're separating it, but only after they make the t-shirts, right, Gilch? The t-shirts are ready for purchase immediately. But meanwhile, the tag team champions of the world don't have an action figure. Can you explain to me why Best Friends have action figures and the Acclaim don't? So sick of that. Here we go again with the wasted. This was a wasted segment. The match did what the match was supposed to do. It made the Acclaim look like G's. They came out there, get the win, do the finish, say their lines, make 2 guys have a little moment on AEW so they can go back home and have a beer and tell their wife they were on TV. Good stuff. Darby promo was good. Darby match was good. The Hangman Page and Hangman, we're not even talking about the fact this man did a tombstone pile driver tonight. He added he said, you know what? Undertaker's done. He's not wrestling anymore. I don't care. This isn't WWE. This is AEW. And I'm a cowboy. I have a move called the Dead Shot. Why not have a move called the Tombstone too? Why not? And it looked good. And it's a good setup for the Buckshot Lariat. Because it's such a move that it can go with it. He goes to the outside and he's just waiting. He gives the guy a little time to get back up after that devastating tombstone power drive. He gets up. Wow! Shot Lariat, man. I like it. I like the setup. Tonight we got to see the improvement of the overall moveset of a professional wrestler named Hangman Adam Page. He added the super kick, which we've never seen him do. I've never seen him do a super kick. No thrust kick. Nothing. He showed that he could do it. He did it well. And then he did tombstone power driver, man. I love it. Hangman's going to be a world champion again, but not before Takeshita. Not before Takeshita. I'm calling it right now. And Moxley, there you go. That's how I'll remember him. That's what they should just put on his tombstone when he drops dead. Picture him fucking bleeding. But yeah, overall, big thumbs up for me, man. I thought they killed it in an opening match. I thought Jay was going to come on here and immediately destroy this match just because it started on the outside. Right away, Moxley just going after him, not even letting him get in the ring. But I actually liked it, man. Again, happy birthday to Action Friday. AEW Revolution coming up Sunday, March 5th. Make sure you go over to Shop AEW and give them more money for items that won't come for at least 3 weeks. And here we go. AEW Dynamite. Good time tonight. It was a very good time. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? Or are we wrapping this?
Nope. No, I think we covered everything.
As far as AEW Dynamite is concerned, yes, we absolutely did. I'm going to play this video one more time just because I love it. I can't wait till, I believe it's February 26th, but the video will tell you. Last Resort Live, February 26th from Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania. Make sure you get your tickets now. We have plenty of new wrestlers entering the battlefield, and you're not going to believe what else we have in store for you. Here are some highlights from Evil Intent, and you can see the action was non-stop and heavy because at BPW we have some of the best wrestlers in the world training at the best training facility in the country today, run by Alpha Samoan Dynasty Bloodline in the house. So when you come to BPW, expect to get the best training, the best shows, the best storytelling, legends, veterans, rookies, all coming together to bring you the best professional wrestling possible. And what a great story we had at Evil Intent between Phil Insane, Tommy Dreamer, Alpha, Bull James. I can't wait to see where that story's going to go. What kind of revenge is Alpha going to have in store for Bull James at Last Resort? And not to mention, after Tommy Dreamer defeated Phil Insane, he has sent Phil Insane off on a psychotic rampage. As soon as the match ended, Phil Insane absolutely snapped, giving absolutely not any regard for the officials' health, safety. He doesn't care if these guys get hurt. He doesn't care if they're eating through a straw. What is Phil Insane going to do to the rest of the BPW roster on his path to destruction, on his path to the top, as him and the Crow prepare to continue to decimate the entire roster of BPW. And I'll be trying to bring you exclusive interviews. I'm going to risk my life to find out more about this psycho that we know as Phil Insane. Make sure you come on down to Last Resort, February 26th. So yeah, if you're in the area, if you're in Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania, or anywhere near there, make sure you come on down and catch the show and follow the career and rise of Phil Insane, because it's going to be one to really pay attention to. I think that kid is headed for big things, and there's a lot of talent at BPW, and I'm just super excited to call the action there, and I can't wait to get Gilch down there for a show. I can't wait to get Jay down there for a show. You know, really hype it up, start selling this place out like it deserves to be, because Alpha's bringing in the heat. And speaking of the heat, next week, I'm waiting on the big man, waiting on the Oos to tell me what's up, Greek food or Italian food. We got the Greek food here, we got the Italian food there. He knows the Italian spot. Where are we taking him for Italian food if he wants Italian?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe if he's going to be...
Let's think a week.
I was going to say, did he say he's staying in Queens?
He's probably not staying. He's probably driving down here and then driving home.
For the day? All right. I mean, we can hit Dom. Can't go wrong with Dom Pepe, bro.
That's in Richmond? Where is it?
It's like 5 minutes from Appleton racetrack. Like on,
it's actually near. It's near where he's wrestling anyway.
Yeah.
They're open late on a Thursday.
Probably not like after late.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna see if we can go before the show. I think that would be the best bet. I didn't even know David LeClerc is gonna be there. Rick Recon.
Yep, I saw that.
So we're gonna get to see Dave yet again. Weeks more Dave has bothered him. Maybe this time cornered him to like when's that in? Next one?
We gotta get tickets for that one, right?
I think so.
The Thursday night one.
Yep.
That's
we can
Outlaw?
probably just pick him up at the door though. You think? Why, you're trying to pick up ringside?
I'm just trying to. Is it the Outlaw one? Is that what it was?
That's the Outlaw one on the 9th in Brooklyn. We'll be there. Wrestling with Savage. We'll be there. We'll be watching that show. What else we got coming up? We got Creative Pro coming up on the 19th. You got ETU on the 26th. I'll be there for about an hour and a half tops.
ISPW.
We have ISPW on the
Friday the 17th.
So we have, wow, there's a lot coming up, man. We have Outlaw, ISPW, Creative Pro. That's 3 shows right there. Then the 26th, that's 4 shows. And then I'm going all the way to Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania to call some professional wrestling action. Me and Anthony, I'll be bringing the camera guy, which, Anthony, if you're watching, we apologize for giving you so much shit for that comment, but that was a hell of a comment. You hate the woman's hate? All I said is you should tell. What would you say to her daughter? You tell her you hate the woman. And then I think that with a combination of the sound effects, just send it over the top.
My bad.
Yeah, Gilch was trolling hard on that one. But I like it. It's okay. You got to have a thick skin to be in this business. You have to have a thick skin. You have to not give a shit about what anybody says, thinks, does. Because if you let what someone says about you bother you, you're already done. You're done. Especially in this business, man. Oh, man. Well, tomorrow we have Impact. I'm guessing no one's going to watch that. Jay, do you watch Impact?
I don't know, because the Joe Hendry stuff is really
This
really
guy's been in love
cool.
with Joe Hendry. Yeah, I'll give it to him. Gilch,
His
last week
was gold, man. So
he
I
made
might
fun of
watch
Kona.
I saw
Did you
it.
see that video? Oh, yeah. It was gold.
Yeah,
Hendry's
he's
good.
gold, man.
He's
good.
good.
The guy definitely, yeah, man.
That other guy is good, too. What's his name? Bailey. Speedball Bailey?
Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yeah.
I was watching a few of his matches. He's actually very, very talented. He has good movement in the ring, hits with, intensity, takes his bumps well. I kind of like him.
The competition,
More, but man, it's
well,
hard.
not competition, but next Tuesday is the debut of MLW Underground on Reels.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Jacob
There's so much
Plateau,
happening.
Alexander Hammerstone's gonna be there, so it's gonna be a good show.
Live?
Yeah, Reels.
Oh wow.
They had the deal, so yeah, next Tuesday it's the first.
Reels.
Show.
The heck? I would have Reels on like
RELZ. That's
you get on cable. It's cable channel.
Yeah, I think it's cable, right?
Okay.
And tomorrow,
I have it. But I don't know.
might as well I'll just share this.
I got like the
I
Max.
never watched Reels, so I don't know. What Reels
I have
is.
like the Max. I have the Max FiOS package, so I have to have it.
I have it.
We've seen this kid wrestle before, Gilch. The Smokes kid.
Yep.
How good was he?
I saw this match.
So we were talking to at the bar.
Yeah, the kid.
Right. And
From
then
Massachusetts.
right, talking about him driving up and down, and then we saw him fight at the Bret Hart event.
See, that's another reason why I can't complain, Gilch, for the 2-hour drive. Because I'm only driving 2 hours and I don't have to take any bumps. So this kid has to drive 4 hours and get in the ring, get bumps, maybe get hurt. You never know. And then that drive back is brutal. Brutal.
So many questions for the Cardigan.
Cardigan's been in the ring for a while. He's got 7 years under his belt.
Actually, he has 8 years.
It's 8 years now?
It's 8 years.
Jesus Christ. Look at that.
I've seen his matches. It's just some things I had to.
We were there for that live. Well, he'll be here. He'll be here tomorrow night at 10 p.m. He'll be live on Wrestling
What, a cup of Joe?
He's probably going to have a cup of Joe. I'm expecting him to do a bunch of shenanigans on here and mess with us. I got to get thoroughly prepared for this interview and put together all my questions. Put together a nice screenshot display for this man and do what I do best and
Mick will be there.
Get the most out of the interview. Oh, I know.
I don't even
Mick's
know my own YouTube channel. I don't even know it. I don't even know what it is.
Jay's too good
I
for
don't
you.
even cover like the
Jay's too good for you too.
social media thing. Savage could walk me through it. Let me know what my URL is. I honestly don't know, bro. I just fill it out and that's it.
What's the point if you're not going to upload any content?
I don't.
So, if you're not going to make content, there's no point. Although you could go make a new one and then subscribe to our channel.
But soon I would like to start like a whole movie review podcast thing on the side. So maybe later on in life. I'm chilling right now.
Movieing with Savage.
Movies with Savage. Movies with Jay. But I think ISPW is going to put one hell of a show on that Friday. I mean, you got your boy Alpha Jr. versus Crowbar. Should be an awesome match.
Did we buy tickets for that already?
For what?
ISPW?
For which one? The 17th?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I was supposed to remind you.
But the question is, who is Dave LaGreca going to go for? Is he going to go for his boy, the king of ISPW, Rick Recon, or he's going to cheer and go yay for his boy on Busted Open, Tommy Dreamer? Who will win this match? Who will Dave LaGreca cheer?
Rick Recon's going to get the free win again because Dave LaGreca is going to do what Dave LaGreca does, and he's just going to screw Tommy Dreamer over. Going to cost him the match, going to cost him the win. Rick Recon will win, but not clean.
That's the one thing about Rick Recon that I give him props of. For a guy that nobody knows about, he has fought possibly all legends that you could think of. He has fought Carlito.
Well, it doesn't hurt when you have Dave LaGreca in your corner.
He has fought Enzo. I mean, this guy has fought legends after legends after legends.
And he's going to keep
Nobody's ever heard about it. It's just sad nobody ever heard about it.
Damn, man. I got to figure out, Gilch. I think we're going to just have to hire a flyer boy for 26th. Because I can't see you walking around going up to everybody giving them a flyer. I just don't see it happening. No offense, Gilch. From what I've seen, my experience with you, your butt is pretty glued to that chair, man. You love to just watch.
Maybe if you had
I'll be there and I'll be telling them, and I know what's going to happen.
Maybe that'd be good. Like you show clips of the show and people just watch, a little taste.
Yeah, well, we have a commercial, but yeah, I don't know if they're gonna show it there, man.
There's some funny shit you could play back to Anthony. Like Anthony, what you gotta say?
Jay, originally when I was planning on being there all day, I was gonna have the table there set up with the TV and No Mercy, some posters, maybe 1 or 2 titles, nothing too crazy, flyers, stuff like that. But you know, I'm only gonna be there for an hour and a half, so I'm not busting out all that shit. We're gonna just do the signs and flyers. That's probably it. I mean, the whole point of the sponsorship was just to get our name attached to the show, which we are. They're gonna announce it. They're gonna say it. We get a commercial in the stream.
This is like the first one. This is like sneaker con type of shit.
No, it's a wrestling show. It's their first wrestling show.
So that's what I'm saying. If it's like similar, I'll be like, oh, yeah.
I just, you know, I really wish it was on a different day, or if it was at least, you know what I mean, like if it was in the morning, starting at 12 or something. It's insane.
It's insane how it all works out. Like, oh shit, great, got this gig. Wait, what? Double booked.
Double booked, yes, absolutely. We're not going to let that happen again. Now I know for the rest of the year, I have a date for every show for the next, you know, all the way up to December. Actually, they don't even have a show scheduled for December. So at least for the rest of the year, I know the dates to avoid. So all I'm praying for. No, May 6th, we're good. That's a Saturday.
May 5th, I'm sorry.
Never know, man.
May 5th is Saturday. Yeah, it's
Maybe
Saturday.
there's a double
Now
show.
we're going to be chilling out. We're there all day. And I still don't know with who yet. We're going to find out on Saturday if we got one legend. But honestly, if we end up with no legend, I'll be okay with that too at this point. Because the ones that are left, probably nobody I even want to be in the same room with anymore at this point. We're getting at the bottom of the barrel kind of shit here. I'm not dropping names, nothing like that. There's just certain people you don't want to deal with. It's horror story kind of thing.
Did you hear Nikita Koloff? Nikita Koloff was on Busted Open this week?
What's up?
Did you hear Nikita?
Wait, what? Me?
Somebody. All right, Gil, you go first.
Did you hear Nikita Koloff was on Busted Open this week?
Yeah, unfortunately, I heard most of the show, yes.
Yeah. I forgot how big of a star he really was.
He wasn't huge. In the 80s, he was huge. He was huge. Jay, how about you?
Shout out to Vicious Vicky. Hopefully she wins the belt on Valentine Massacre against Tina San Antonio.
Probably will. Yeah, that's going to be a good match. I'll be there to hype her up.
It's going to be a bang of a match.
Are you coming?
I might actually, because it's on a Saturday, right? Friday or Saturday?
I think that's on a Friday.
Friday.
The May 6th one is on a Saturday.
I was getting it confused. Friday.
That's where Rick Recon's going to take on Bull James for the ISPW Championship.
Am I related to dear Jay Briscoe? Did it make sense there?
Yes, if you're related to Jay Briscoe. She don't have face.
So random, man.
Shout out to everybody in the chat again, Gianna, Lauren, McThomason, Jakey, Bakey, everybody that stopped by tonight and said what's up.
Yeah, shout out to everybody.
Sticking with us tonight. We're still talking about wrestling. Nothing AEW related anymore. But
said Lauren sent friend request.
I love going to the wrestling shows. I mean, that's been the best thing about all this is just going to more shows in general. Because I'm on pace. I think this last physical year, I've gone probably to more wrestling shows than I have in the last 10 years combined.
Yeah.
You know, more for Gilch, because if it wasn't for Gilch, I probably would have never even got into the whole independent scene again. And, you know, all these great shows that are happening in my backyard.
Right?
That I'm just not going to.
Like the Creative Pro shows, right?
Bro, you're kidding me?
They're unbelievable.
When we first went to the show and I just see Max Casters just standing there, I was bugging out that first time. Like, I couldn't believe it. And that's when we got him to actually say the whole... He was so cool the first time. And then I think every time he sees me, he's like, yeah, this fucking guy. This guy just keeps coming back.
And it was funny because when you told him you've achieved what you wanted to, like I told you, he was like, "Oh, you're like, oh, you hear that? Like he told me, like guys, he told me." He took like offense to it.
Yeah.
That was funny. But yeah, those shows, man, especially now that Cardona and Myers are such good friends. Cardona does all the shows. Chelsea was doing them. We got a lot
that you can get a free autograph from Cardona every Christmas. I'm gonna have my food.
I'm the only one glad that he didn't return WWE.
Yeah, no, I am too. At the end of the day, I am.
With the Joe Hendrick storyline and that, I like where that's going.
Yeah, maybe it's not the year for him to come back to WWE next year.
I think he's still having too much fun going and doing all
and he's doing great things. Yeah, he's doing great things over there.
When are we going to GCW?
Those tickets we gotta get.
Oh, we didn't get
them.
I had to just clear the day. Now I know it's clear.
Okay. No problem. That's in March, right?
17th, Friday night. Remind me tomorrow for both of those.
Isn't that the same day as the ISPW shit? I guess we're just going to go to GCW then for that one.
March 17th?
I think they're having a show March 17th, too. They're getting busy, bro. These guys are going crazy.
Yeah.
ISPW. Yeah, they have
Where's the crush?
St. Valentine's. Only the Vengeance tickets are only available right now. That's the one that is on. Doesn't even have a date. I don't know. I don't know anymore. We made a calendar. Stand back. That's all I know.
It's gonna be a busy month.
Yeah, this month's gonna fly by.
It's gonna be very busy.
I can't even believe it's February already. This whole month flew by. We got football. We got the Super Bowl coming up. We know who the Super Bowl is. Who you got? I think Kansas City's
got
taking it,
Chiefs.
right? I think the Chiefs are taking it.
I never liked the Eagles, so.
I'm not gonna cheer. I can't cheer for Philadelphia. Never. Not today, not
No
tomorrow.
Giant fan could cheer for Philadelphia. What?
ISPW is February 17th.
Yeah, but they have a show in March too. But I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
March 11th.
Okay, March 11th. All right,
That's
great.
when they fight Tommy and Ricky Carr.
Yeah, because I wanted to go to that one too. That's March 11th.
That's the alpha.
I think that's what I'm gonna try to do. If I can do that this whole year, I think it will make great strides in a lot of areas.
Oh, wouldn't it make
March?
sense? Wait, hold on. Wouldn't it go sense you go to the March show, watch Alpha, and you could just go out to dinner right there?
Yeah, but we're gonna see Alpha at Outlaw Wrestling. He's dressed in Fandango. Maybe we'll take him out again on that day too.
I gotta remember to get my Fandango figure.
That's right, Fandango.
Dirty Dango.
I wanted him to sign my WrestleMania. I have a nice
March 11th. You said I'm actually not even going to be leaving Brooklyn because Billy Gunn will be a couple blocks from my house. So
No.
Oh, so you're definitely not going to the ISPW March 11th?
nah, we'll go to a little independent thing at the gym and get my Billy Gunn figure signed.
So this is pretty cool. Did you get this when you were at Mania?
No.
So it has like all the superstars from that year. It has all the Hall of Fame, all the current superstars.
I've seen some guys with that, and they're deep into the signatures with that. They have to fucking book signs. It's unbelievable.
Well, what I got cooking right now, the way my connects are right now, this would be the perfect thing to start getting signatures in over the next 10 years, 20 years. Although some of these guys are dead, but it is what it is. I love this one. I just wanted to show you this one, how cool this looks. Imagine you can get these guys to sign this.
Who's that? Andre?
Andre and Hogan, and then King Kong Bundy.
Well, that's not happening.
Yeah, and then I picked this up today too. I passed by, spent a little time with Jack for a couple of minutes. This is when Andre passed away.
Yeah, that's wild.
You know Jack. You don't know Jack? Jay hasn't met Jack. Jack's the guy that owns the Wrestling Universe. The store. Yeah. Lewis showed that video of the guy jumping off the balcony.
Yeah.
That's Jack. He's a fucking maniac. He's a maniac. Yeah, I go by there once in a while, spend like $5. He has these little. I bought one of these too, just to see for shits and giggles. Well, yeah, I'll be there on Saturday for sure. I didn't get anything crazy on here. The best card I got was probably. I did get an Uso card that was.
I saw Brian Cage figures last night at Target.
Oh, I gotta go check it out.
I got a Kenny now.
I can get one at Target.
You can get a bunch of stuff at Target, dude. Oh, and I also got this old school Bret Hart. Not bad. I don't know. I'm bored. When you're bored, that's what you do. You waste your money on bullshit. Try not to do that anymore. I need my money, mate. I think everybody else in this room probably needs their money. All right, guys.
You guys. One quick thing. I saw they made an announcement that Cody Rhodes will his date's coming up, and he's been added to the March 5th house show that I'm going to with my daughter, the VIP experience. So I might meet Cody.
See if they have figures on sale there, since they won't let you bring any.
Yeah.
that sucks that you can't get like anything you want signed.
Yeah.
Who cares? Get to hang out with Cody for a little bit, get pictures with him. That's like crazy. He's gonna be hard to see soon.
Yep.
And expensive. Bringing back that winged eagle, right, Jay? You know that. So apparently, just real quick, they're gonna say Sami Zayn's gonna take the title off Roman at Elimination Chamber, the Universal title. I don't know. I don't care. We'll find out on Friday what's gonna happen. This has been AEW Wrestling with Savage. Thank you all for joining us. Everybody have a good night. God bless. We'll see you next time. Take care and be safe. What are you yelling? I'm excited. Nice.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins